What is up, guys? Welcome to Diving Garage. Now, when you're building an engine, there's one thing everyone worries about, and that's wiping your camshaft. And that happens to both flat tappet and hydraulic roller lifters. So don't think you're safe just because you got a hydro roller cam. In today's video, I'm going to show you one huge thing to help avoid that. Let's dive in. Now, I got the cylinder head here on these little stands so I can show you what's going on. And the one thing we're going to be doing today to help make sure your engine lives the break-in is we're going to be making sure your springs are set correctly. Because of all the components on your valve train, this is key. If this ain't right, nothing is. And to do that, we're going to be using a simple tool. This is called a valve spring install height checker. I'll show you how it works in just a second. But there's one thing you need to know before you even get tools out and get started. And that's what is the proper install height for your springs. Now, hopefully you bought some new springs and that you have some sort of box or card or some sort of information. And it'll tell you exactly what the install height should be. This isn't something you guess. This is not something you just install and send it. This has got to be right. If the install height is too low or too short, that means your spring pressure is way higher than you think it should be. If the install height is too high, that means your spring pressure is really low. And both of those have different problems. The first one, being spring pressure too high, means that you're putting way too much pressure on that camshaft load and the lifter that's designed to handle the load. And eventually what's going to happen is your roller tip is going to collapse. It's going to get stuck, and then it's going to dig into that camshaft. Same story for flat tappets. And the other problem is if your spring pressure is too low, then you don't have enough lift. You're not getting the lift that you want. You're not actuating the lifter as much as it should be, and really overall you're losing performance. Now the danger there, if your spring pressure is too low, if you start revving the mess out of that thing, you need that spring pressure and the spring rate at the proper settings so that way it can handle all that RPM. So to put it briefly, too high spring pressure, destroyed your camshaft. Too low, you might have a piston touching a valve, and that's a bad day too. So let's get in here and do it. And when you're all set up to do the final assembly, this is when you do this check. So grab yourself a valve. In this case, I'm going to grab an exhaust valve, and you have to do this to both because sometimes exhaust valves and intake valves are a little bit different. All right, so we got that there. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our checker, throw that on there like that. And then you're going to grab one of your retainers, get some keepers on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to expand this tool. It's going to grab the keepers and set the retainer like it's supposed to be in the engine. And it's a little tricky getting all this stuff in there. There you go. Let's get it all together. Press down. Now you got everything all connected. Now we're going to spin this tool. And what we're going to get is the measurement of the spring. And so that measurement from the bottom of the retainer to the surface of the actual cylinder head is what we're measuring. On this side, there are some little marks and measurements. So keep note of what you see there. Maybe if you have to write it down, write it down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart and then recreate that measurement in the tool and then measure it. So right here, I have 80 and 8. Yep, 80 and 8. Perfect. So just remember that, 80 and 8, pretty easy. So now, what we're going to do, if you can see, we're going to find that 80. I'm going to spin this. Oh, where is it? There we go. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see. Anyway, so we're looking for the 8 and 80. Right there. That's where it was. So now, so that's exactly where it was when we had it set up. Get out a good set of calipers. And I'm going to pause here for a quick sec. I'm obviously going to put this on the end right here, but if you notice, this has a bit of a step in it. And if you have beehive springs, that retainer is going to sit inside. So you have to measure this distance to get the actual surface that the retainer is sitting on. In this case, we're fine because we got regular style springs, and the retainer sits right on top. So we can just measure it right on the top. So if I get that right there like that, the measurement I'm getting is 1.96. And these springs are supposed to be set at 1.7. So do the quick math there, we're 26 off. And you can fix that with these guys. These are shims. They come in all different sizes, thicknesses, what have you. And you just need to find the right spacer to make up that distance to get your spring exactly where it needs to be. So before we were at 80 and 8, so now we are at 50 and 8, basically right on the money. I put a 30 thou spacer in there and we got 30 thou of difference. How nice. So I'm going to take that off, measure it up, and see what we got. All right, now with that new measurement, checked it out. It's actually 1.82. So we're moving in the right direction. I have another shim I can put in there, and let's give that a shot. All right, and here, now that you can see very well, we're at 8 and like 22 here on the little measuring tool there. So let's see how that measures. All right, about 8 and 22, we are getting 1.79-ish. I'm gonna try a couple other combos with shims I have available and see where we can get. Or the other measurement with 2 shims ended up at 792 on the measuring tool, and we're getting 1.765 on the caliper. And I checked around for stuff I had available, and that is the closest we got. All right, so I looked around the shims I had available, and I didn't have anything to get it closer. Typically, max you want to go is about 30 thou over. Being that this is a budget, really low performance build, you could probably get away with being 60 off. But I'll do the right thing. I'll order some shims, and then we'll get this cylinder head installed on the engine, and this thing needs to run already. We've been working on this for a long time now. And if you're at this point in the video, you're one of the OGs. So I wanted to let you know, coming up pretty soon here, maybe next month, maybe mid to late next month, I'm gonna be doing my first giveaway. I'm pretty pumped. I got some merch ordered, getting some other supplies ready. This stuff is sick. I ordered a hoodie and put it on, didn't take it off for like 3 days. It's great. I got hoodies and shirts. I'm pretty excited. I think you guys are gonna be excited too for the giveaway item. And now it's not only one thing, it really depends. It could be a whole package or just a single thing. Anyway guys, if you liked the video and it was helpful to you, I appreciate you helping me out by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, get out there and dive in your next project. Catch you next time.